What if I told you I could decrease your arguments by 65% to your favor by doing this one thing? This one thing can decrease your cognitive flexibility by almost 40%. And it's going to almost 2 to 3 times higher emotional instability because you're doing this one thing. Can you guess what it is? I'm Chris Kourtakis, and I'm a licensed therapist. And today I want to talk to you about the HALT method. I want you to think about this. We all hear the words hangry. We always hear that everybody's hangry. And when you're hangry, you can't make decisions or you can't do something. Well, when you break down the HALT method, hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. If you're any one of those four things, you should not be having a conversation where a decision needs to be made. You should not be having a conversation that needs to have intelligence or some kind of improvement in your life. Because let's face it, guys, when we're hungry, we can't make decisions. Why? Because we're thinking about this. When we're angry, we're just going to say something stupid, do something stupid, or not going to be able to think clearly because our head is clouded with those other judgments. When we're lonely, we're just sad. And when you're sad, you're not making the right decisions or the correct thinking in the direction that you want to go for positive outcomes. And let's face it, guys, when we're tired, we're tired. We can't think straight. If we worked 24 hours straight, or if we worked, 16-hour days and we're just burned out, we're unregulated. And if we're unregulated, we're going to be tired. And if we're tired, we're not going to be able to, function or even think properly. So again, this is a method that is proven by therapists around the world that if you use it or even just stop a little bit and just try to implement it, it's going to improve your relationships and your arguments exponentially. 40% of the arguments could be alleviated by just following the HALT method. What this does is it helps increase self-awareness. It makes you stop and think, am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely? Am I tired? So now you're not actively engaging in that conversation right away. You're pausing. You're thinking about things. You're like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen through my mind? Where can I put myself in check on that? And this is going to alleviate a lot of conflict. It's almost like a conflict prevention tool that if you just go through your mind real quick, all right, am I halt? Am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely? Am I tired? So by doing these things, you're going to regulate and prevent a lot of different things. It's going to improve your decision-making process because you're going to pause. You're going to think about using the HALT. And if you're not, the long-term decisions versus the short-term are completely different. They're going to be changing based on the way you're thinking and your outcomes. So by doing that, you're going to help with the overall improvement thinking and thought process. The emotional regulation is another great benefit for using the HALT. Again, you're going to stop. You're going to ask yourself, am I angry because of the situation? Am I angry because of something out? Am I angry because I haven't eaten in 6 hours? Am I lonely because I haven't eaten in 6 hours? Come on, guys. We all love our little, foot-long subs from Jimmy John's or whatever it is. But, we've really got to think about those four things before we even do anything else. Simple self-care framework is just hungry, eat a balanced snack. Angry, practice some breath work, count down from 5. If we're lonely, talk to a friend, talk to someone, reach out to somebody. Fill that emptiness with love. Fill that emptiness with hope. And if we're tired, prioritize sleep. Prioritize taking a nap. Again, I've done another video and blog on it talks about self-care, and it's okay to be selfish. And that means taking a nap when you need to take a nap and calling time out when you need to call time out, because at the end of the day, guys, if you're tired, we're going to make bad decisions. If we're tired, we're not going to be able to think clearly. And if we're tired, it's going to create conflict in our lives moving forward. So by implementing this short, quick, easy method, we can alleviate, like I said, 40% of everything that happens in our day. Pissed off if the guy cuts you off? Think about the HALT method. If you're driving home and somebody pisses you off and irritates you, why? Are you hangry? Are you hungry? Are you lonely? Are you tired? When you go through those four things, you'll find that a lot of your decisions and a lot of the things that you do in your thought process is going to change. It's going to change for the better. It's going to change because you have determined that this is a good thing. Again, it's not for everybody, but those who do use it, this is a great tool to implement. It's a great coping skill for a lot of situations that we're dealing with on a daily basis. Think about it. If we're hungry, we can't focus. If we're angry, why are we angry? Are we angry at the situation, or are we angry at something else that happened earlier in the day and it's just carrying over to right now to this decision that could potentially go a wrong way because we're not thinking clearly. And again, guys, if we're lonely, let's fill that void. Let's figure out why we're lonely. What do we need to do to change that? Loneliness is something that is easily preventable by just picking up the phone and acknowledging to people that we just need to talk, or we just need to see them, or just communicate with somebody else. And then finally, guys, if we're tired, we're tired. And we all know that you shouldn't drive tired. You shouldn't do a lot of things tired. You shouldn't use power tools when we're tired. That's the biggest way to lose a finger. But those simple 4 steps are the difference between great conversations or starting arguments. Let me know in the comments what you think. Have you used the HALT method before? Is this something that you think works, or you think it's something that might work? Make sure you do comment, because I do respond to all of them, because I want to know about your engagement and what you're thinking and what works and what doesn't work, and what we can share with the rest of the community to help better their mental health and help better, their rules of fighting and everything else. Again, I'm Chris. I am a licensed counselor, and I work with high achieving individuals. I work with power couples all over the world that have the same problems and issues that we're discussing today about using simple tools and coping techniques like the HALT method that's going to improve your everyday life. So again, make sure you like and share this video if you think that somebody could use this or hear this information. Again, guys, I'll see you on the next video, and I appreciate you listening. Thanks again.